what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, we're going to talk about the rise of Dark Goblin. Now, I've shared Dark Goblin in the past here on the channel, but this is the first time in the history of the card that I truly believe it is meta, meaning that it is viable in a lot of different archetypes, especially bait, and that's what we're going to focus on in today's video. So, I've always been a big fan of the card. I know a lot of you guys have too, but today we're going to talk about these three decks, and we're going to escalate in the average elixir cost. So this is a fast Dark Goblin, Princess, Goblin Barrel are your three kind of pseudo win conditions. You don't have Log in this deck, instead you have NATO, and then you have Valkyrie. So the NATO kind of synergizes beautifully with the Princess. Obviously, you can get tremendous defensive value out of your Dark Goblin and your Valkyrie, and you have the cycle cards as well as Fireball, which you normally don't see in bait decks. And it's a 2.8 cycle deck, so really fast for a bait deck. The second version is going to be with Recruits in there instead of Valkyrie, and largely the same deck, though. You do have Log in this version, and you still have your cycle cards, Princess and Dark Goblin. And here's the most expensive, and arguably, I don't know, it's hard to say which one of these decks is the best, but this is another great version with both Valkyrie and the Royal Recruits coming in at 3.3 average elixir cost. So I want to start out with this one. I want to do a live match. Then I'm going to show you guys some replays from PUBG. He's at 6592 trophies right now, and he's using actually the first deck, he's using the second version of the deck, the 2.9. We're going to start out with the 2.8, and then last but not least, we'll go to the 3.3, and we'll show you the 12 win recently from, where is he? Rizwan. All right, so we're going to show you against a really cool Golem matchup. That will be the last replay that we share today. Let's go ahead and hop into a live ladder match right now. I love these decks, guys. They're so strong. Just the synergy between the Dark Goblin and the Princess. Yeah, let's talk about why Dark Goblin's so good. Number one is he's great against Recruits. He's great against the meta. He's great comboed with the Princess right now. He does well in a variety of different situations, and it's just so easy to play and get value off of having the Princess and Dark Goblins kind of cycling on the arena at the, oh my god, a little bit late on that activation there. I was blabbing into the camera instead. We'll give the, oops. All right, so we're going to send in a Goblin Barrel here. He's playing Hog. I'm going to take a guess that he doesn't have NATO, but he could be rocking, oh, he does. He does, but he does not activate, so I kind of lucked out there. I'm going to go ahead and play an opposite lane Dark Goblin. He'll finish off that Baby D, hopefully before the Baby D gets any damage. Indeed, it is. So that was, you know, not very good there, Ash. Way to go, dude. I'm just going to, just in case, just keep cycling here. And he doesn't have his NATO back in hand here yet, so we'll just go ahead and drop down a Goblin Barrel, and this time he'll be forced to zap it. So despite the Hog getting an extra hit, at least he didn't activate his King Tower with that Goblin Barrel. We took a gamble, kind of a stupid gamble, honestly. Not using our, we're just going to NATO this all together, kind of buy me some extra time, getting some value out of that Valkyrie. Hopefully this Hog doesn't get one hit. He doesn't. Good. Now he has that NATO. I'm going to play it into the Goblin Barrel in the safe spot. That way he cannot activate here. And we'll see what he does. He's going to be smart, not use his NATO there. But luckily, I'm able to get a little bit of damage. Again, I'm going to play a Princess opposite lane here. He does not have his Hog in cycle, so we're going to pull everything together with the Skeletons, and the Princess will be able to finish things off there. I have activated my King Tower. I forgot that I activated it. I was just late there because I was talking to you guys. I'm going to blame you for this, guys. Don't let me blame you for this. Again, we're going to pull the same move here. And hopefully we don't take a hit. We do. Unfortunately, that will eat away a little bit at our chip damage there. But we're just going to go ahead and play a Valk here. We're going to play a Princess, and then we're going to NATO. Now, I should be NATOing a little bit more to the left, but it's okay. So he has NATO in hand again. We're just going to play the Goblin Barrel kind of in the safe zone. We're also going to Fireball here. We need to get some damage, and we need to, you know, harming those guards in the process is just fine. We're definitely not in the lead right now, so we want to make sure that we pull everything over here. I'm going to play a Dark Goblin in this lane this time. Hopefully, I don't think he'll get a hit in. He doesn't. And again, just taking our time here. No need to panic. I'm not going to send in the Goblin Barrel just yet. He's going to guards over there. That's fine. I'll play a princess. He might. Let's see what he does here. I'm going to send in the goblin barrel. He does have NATO, but he uses the NATO. Interesting use of the NATO there. He's not going to get a swing with that mini P.E.K.K.A, though, and my Dark Goblin will finish off his... I'm going to play the princess at the bridge here. I'm going to go ahead and try to chip away a little bit. Skeletons over here. I'm going to play a Valkyrie right in the middle, and then we're going to pull everything together again at the last second here, and then we're going to go ahead again and use our... I should have Dark Goblined here and not Princess. I need that DPS against the baby dragon. So a little mistake there by yours truly. We'll pull those skeletons over. I'm going to have to play a Valkyrie here. And again, we'll take care of all that. And again, play a Goblin Barrel. He does have NATO back in hand here, guys. Man, this match is taking a while. Not gonna lie. Again, we have Princess ready to go. You can see how I'm able to basically cycle Princesses and Dark Goblins here. I'm going to play a Dark Gob at the bridge. Ooh, unfortunate there. Did not see him playing a baby dragon there. That was not good. We're going to play a Valkyrie here. We're going to play a NATO over here. Going to pull everything together. I'm going to get my skeletons, my Ice Spirit. We can't let him get a hit there. And he's going to zap, which is good. He does have NATO in hand. We're going to put the pressure up here, though, guys. Cycling another. Forcing him to use the 3-for-4 trade. I'm totally cool with that. The guard will not kill my Princess. Gonna go ahead and Dark Goblin over here. Hopefully get a little bit of damage in the left lane. This match is going forever here, guys. We'll see what he does. I want to protect my Dark Goblin. Can I? No. Way to go, Ash. Way to go, dude. Send in that Goblin Barrel safe spot. Get that Princess down. Getting a little bit more chip damage. I'm happy with it, guys. Again, we're going to play a Dark Goblin way over here, trying to chip away. Going to play that Valkyrie directly on that Hog Rider. Cannot let that Hog Rider get a hit. And this time we're going to switch lanes here. Go to the right lane. He might guards on the right, so I want to try to protect that Princess if I can. I could Fireball there, but I want to make sure that I'm safe. I'm getting a lot of chip damage in the left lane. That's good. No reason to kind of panic at this point, guys. He does have his NATO in cycle. Again, here we go. We're running a little bit short on time. We're going to pressure in the left. Going to get a Dark Goblin way back here. He's going to Fireball again. Going to get a Princess on the bridge here. Hopefully we can kill this P.E.K.K.A. We can. All right, I don't think I even needed the NATO there, maybe. We'll see. I'm actually going to Goblin Barrel in the opposite lane here. Going to send in the Dark Goblin in the left lane as well. We get 300 damage on the right tower. That's good. That puts it at Fireball. And oh my god, 6 minutes into this poor video, we finally come away with the victory. Whoa! It was fun, at least for me. Was it good for you? It was good for me. I gotta go. All right, whatever. All right, so... Man, that was a long match. I apologize, guys. Somebody said in the comments yesterday, they were like, Ash, no offense, man, but I came here for the pros, not you playing. But yet I get so many comments asking me to play more, too. I just can't please everybody. So hopefully you guys just fast forward if you don't like my gameplay. I don't blame you. So let's go ahead and get into the ultimate... Okay, check this out. Against Why Always Me, another really good player who we featured recently here on the channel. And we're going to go ahead and watch how PUBG, who's actually Lucas Gamer, handles this matchup. Lucas, a really, really good player. Don't have to tell you guys that. He's been on the channel before. So here we go. It's going to, again, early on with this deck, guys, it's pretty easy. You're going to treat it like a normal bait deck, but the forgiving factor of this deck is just beautiful, meaning that, especially the Recruits version, you can always cycle them in the back. You can always play them if you're in trouble at the bridge. They even get value against unorthodox situations like a bowler coming in the right lane. Like, check out this bowler right here. I think these Recruits are going to prevent all damage in the right lane. It is... As weird as that sounds, it doesn't seem like they should prevent all damage from this bowler, but they are. Check that out. Check that out. The bowler doesn't even get one hit on this right tower here, and this is at 6,600 trophies, or very, very close to. Really incredible. And here we go again. We get some flexies. Got some flexies in the background here. Get some live spectators, although we can't see how many. I wish we could see how many spectators there were as a replay, but we can't. Anyway, we do a good job distracting that Inferno Dragon, and then we're getting able to kill the Inferno Dragon using the Dark Goblin and the Princess, same lane. Of course, he's going to be able to bowler this all away, but we play pretty good defense. Now, of course, Why Always Me is playing the Splash Yard with Freeze. So of course he can win in one big push. We always have to be cognizant and aware and ready for that big freeze push. Luckily this deck has plenty of graveyard answers, even though we don't have poison. Dark Goblin does very well, and you can actually play him behind the King Tower opposite lane as long as he has a skeleton to target. Make sure he doesn't go running away. So you have a lot of good options, especially Dark Goblin and Princess and skeletons, even your cycle cards, and even, let's be honest, recruits are actually pretty decent against graveyard as well. So plenty of options against graveyard, not a big deal. I actually think that because of recruits being added to the game, if you use them in graveyard decks, great. If you don't use them in graveyard decks and your opponent has a recruit, not great, you know? And I feel that way against so many different archetypes. For example, Three Musketeers, same way. Obviously, Three Musketeers, recruits hurts Three Musketeer decks. However, if you're playing Three Musket and you got recruits in your deck, you're looking pretty solid, even if your opponent does have recruits, right? So definitely no question that a nerf is needed, right, for these cards. And I shared my ideas on nerfs in previous videos, but look at this. This is where you truly get the value of having the Princess and the Dark Goblin in the same deck. You can play your recruits in this deck, and they just kind of sit there in their little sniper perches as support cards. You can play them opposite lane, you can play them same lane. Look at this Dark Goblin, guys. Look at this Dark Goblin left lane. That is Dark Goblin value. That's what this video is all about here. Dark Goblin almost single-handedly takes down that left tower. Meanwhile, why always me going in for that graveyard push? Going to be a little bit too little too late, as Dark Goblin was already doing a good job cleaning up in the right. And there it is, the victory at the very, very top of ladder. Now, of course, not all of you guys are at the top of ladder, and I acknowledge that. And the good news is, these decks work great. I mean, at tournament level standard, I personally feel these recruit versions especially, but even the one that we just played, the 2.8 cycle live, I feel like both of those decks are just the best versions of bait, given the meta that I've ever seen personally. And if you disagree, let me know which version previously in the meta, in the last 2.5 years of bait, that you thought was more OP than these. I would love to hear them, but, you know, just thinking back, I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm routinely averaging, I would say, 9 wins in grand challenges using these bait decks. And I usually suck at bait, as you guys know. I usually average maybe 4 or 5 wins. It's just really bad with bait. But you add the recruits, the Valkyrie to the mix, and of course the Dark Goblin Princess combo, and then you're cooking. Now, I don't know what it is. It's hard to even put my finger on why Dark Goblin is so amazing, but just every time I play him, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good play. It just feels like he always gets value, and I think that's what it is. Especially in this meta, he can just present tremendous value. And of course, he's a log bait, he's a spell bait, he's a poison, fireball bait. I actually had that one guy on recently, and he told me, you know, the thing about Dark Goblin is I'm always going to fireball him. I'm always just going to fireball or poison, because I don't want to have to deal with him. And it's true, and that manufactures a +1 elixir trade for you, and you get the big spell out of your opponent's hand, so it's kind of a win-win. So here we go, guys. In this match, we've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds left here, and I like this match because Lucas is down. Look at how far he is down here, and he's not really connecting for any huge damage. He gets a little bit of chip damage. The Royal Ghost and the minions do a good job countering that push, but how is he going to come back here? And again, the opponent not afraid to use his poison, getting a little bit of value and a little bit more chip damage to the tower that he's focusing on. This time, a Dark Goblin's going to go ahead and answer that Royal Ghost, and then we play the recruits to help out as well. But things still aren't looking good. 962 HP on a right tower, going into double elixir time. So here we go. It's the recruits and the Goblin Barrel. Goblin Barrel connects. It was all the positioning there of that Goblin Barrel, taking an additional 500 or so HP off that left tower, having it placed a little bit ahead of the tower. Always switch up your Goblin Barrel placement, even if it's in front of the tower. Sometimes that can be the most effective move, especially if they're defending with like Fire Spirits or Goblin Gang. You can predictively place your Goblin Barrel towards you, close to you, where you saw Lucas just do it, and then you can get tremendous value out of them. So here it comes again, guys. Recognizing there's no log, we play the Dark Goblin and the Princess in the same lane there, forcing a poison out of the opponent's hand. Now it's really, really, you know, clutch time here. We have 5 500 HP on our tower. We freeze that miner so we can't afford any more chip damage on our right tower, and then the recruits finish him off. So here it goes, going into overtime here. Here comes the Goblin Barrel and the predictive Fireball to kill those minions, even though the Wizard does a pretty good job on defense. Now, we don't have to worry so much about the left lane. We do have to worry about the right lane. We logged that all away. We put both of our cycle cards down. The Wizard does actually connect to the left tower, so I said we don't have to worry, but now it's down to 655, so it's time to start worrying. This is our big final push here, guys. Here comes Goblin Barrel. Here comes the recruits. Here comes everything we got here, and here's the Princess to back it all up. We have that tower down to 228. That's going to be Fireball. RIP. Goodbye. We come through with a come from behind victory there. Very well done in that match. Now, again, a huge shout out to my main man, Rizwan. I mentioned him at the top of the video, but he is an up-and-coming pro. Well, he already is a pro. He's a really, really underrated and good player. He represents the Pakistani community so well. He's just a really smart player and just an awesome guy. So huge shout out to him, and thank him again for coming on the channel. One of my favorite dudes out there is Rizwan, and shout out to his little brother. I forgot his name, but he's amazing. So if you're watching, Rizwan's little brother, hello, and thank you. Thank you for everything, buddy. So here we go. It's going to be the recruits and the princess in the right lane. This time we're going against a golem deck here, guys. So how do you face up against a golem deck with a bait deck like this? Well, watch to find out. So here we go. We actually connect early on to that left tower, getting a lot of value, taking it down to, well, if the mad phase goes away, hello, 1791. Here comes the Goblin Barrel, of course, just chipping away. And you can see out the gate here, Rizwan already knows that he's playing Golem based on the cards that he's already shown. So he's being offensive. He's being aggressive. He does not want to give the opponent the opportunity to mount and execute a really big, ginormous Golem attack, because that's when it gets tricky on how to stop that. The version with Tornado might be arguably a little bit easier to defend against these big beatdown decks, because you can really capitalize on the synergy between Valkyrie, Princess, and NATO when you have them all, as you saw me do in that first live match that lasted about 15 minutes, it seemed. Anyway, guys, here we go. A Golem is played in the left lane. This time we have recruits going down both lanes, and check out that, guys. Recruits tanking for that Goblin Barrel. That's going to be bye-bye right tower, and it is down. There we go. Rizwan scores, and now the opponent doesn't really have enough elixir left to defend here. And look at this placement here by Rizwan, guys. He's going to put that Valkyrie down. He's going to log everything back, pull that Lumberjack over, freeze everything with the Ice Spirit. He's still relying on that Dark Goblin. Got a ton of value defensively. Again, illustrating the power of the Dark Goblin, even against unorthodox opponents such as a Golem. That chip damage really adds up. I said it when the card was released, but it's kind of like a Gatling gun that you have there with that Dark Goblin. And again, the opponent here, this is the 12 win too. This is the 12 win replay. The opponent reloading for a big final Golem push. We're going to be ready for it. Not only did we take the left tower, but at this point in the match, all we have to do is make sure the opponent does not 3-crown us, because there's no way he can get both towers down. We play a Princess opposite lane. We have a Dark Goblin setting up out back. He sends in the Miner onto the Dark Goblin. It doesn't matter, guys. We're already killing this push. We can get tons of Fireball value. He played the Valkyrie in the safe spot there. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful, Riz. You really killed it here, man. I mean, and Rizwan, I should mention, man, I should have probably led off with this. He's won 6 grand challenges in a row using this deck. That's incredible. Actually, I lied. I think it's 5 grand challenges in a row, and before that he was using a mortar bait deck. But that's another video for another day. Guys, huge shout out to both of my guests, Lucas and Rizwan, on this channel today. Really a pleasure showing you this gameplay, 12-win GC and top ladder, and some noob gameplay. I'm just joking, guys. Just joking, but it's fun to say that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching till the very end. I really, really appreciate it. Huge shout out to Bren Chung, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below, along with these players, these pro player profiles. Thanks to statsroyale.com, another channel sponsor here at CWA. Guys, thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.